Using rocks in my landscape is one of my absolute favorite things to do. And if you know me, you know how excited I get about the prospect even of finding rocks to bring onto my property and putting it into my landscape. I have to show you my rocks because they are quite unique and extremely interesting. Rocks are so great to add into landscaping because of course it gives you height, depth, dimension, texture, all great things. Plus, you can have borders, plants growing around the rocks. You might even say you can't kill a rock, so it also becomes very handy to have it in your landscape because once you set it, you can forget it. All right, that's cool. I buy all of that, and then some. So I live in coastal southeastern North Carolina. I say that because the rocks that I have right here are extra special. I was able to get these rocks from a quarry nearby. Now, the really cool thing about them is these rocks were once underwater and are made up of Cretaceous period sea creatures. When I found that out, I just thought it was the most cool thing. And if you look closely at my rocks, you can see little fossilized shells and things like that in them. Let me show you an example. I ended up having a really good connection with somebody at the quarry. So I was able to get some huge rocks trailered in. I think I have maybe 9 or 10 on my property. Most of them here in the backyard, some of them in the front. They are, oh my gosh, they are so heavy. We had to use tons of just muscle to get these babies in place from off the trailer to into the backyard. No machines were used for it, so it was really, really tough. I was both giddy and thankful when these rocks arrived. And I'll tell you what, I get a lot of compliments on them because not everybody in coastal North Carolina has rocks. Can you believe that? It's actually really, really different from where I came from. I came from upstate New York, very mountainous area right next to the Hudson River. And rocks were plentiful. You could dig in your ground and get rocks. I have been living here for 8 years. When I dig in my ground to plant something, my shovel never hits rock. So when I say it is quite rare for people to have them in their landscape, I truly mean it. So due to the rarity of rocks in this area, they are super expensive. So to go somewhere and buy a boulder of this size, I don't even remember what the quote was. It was a lot of money. And it made me cringe because I came from an area where rocks were plentiful. I can't imagine spending hundreds of dollars to get a few big rocks put into my landscape. So, because I am as lucky as I am, my in-laws who still live in upstate New York, they have a nice property where we can dig up some wonderful boulders. Most of the rocks that I have here in the front, which are a smoother texture and look different than the sandstone rocks that I have in the back, we have unearthed these large boulders from their property. We did use equipment, heavy equipment, in order to do that. And we take home probably 3 to 4 boulders each summer when we go there and then roll them off of the back of the truck and put them into our landscape here. This type of work that has to be done in order to get these big rocks onto my North Carolina property is done because I love it so much. And I'm literally so happy and just, as I said, giddy to find them, to have them. And then I have a really cool story to tell, because not only did I get some of my rocks that had been underneath the water at one point in time, which is so super cool, but then I get my other rocks from family members and friends that still live in New York. This is another part of garden sharing as far as I am concerned, because as I said, it is one of my most favorite things to be able to take plants that I have, share them with friends and neighbors, and also have them do the same thing. So when I get to bring home things from other people's property, oh, it makes me so happy. Anyway, thank you for watching and happy planting.